So are they really difficult for asking for what they need? Or are you just feeling some type of way because they're not going to allow you to give them whatever it is that you think they should have? Hello, everyone. My name is T. Hunter. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you so much for coming back. Today, I wanted to talk about this topic. Ask for what you need. So, around the time that I was getting married, 2015, I liked makeup, but I am not going to lie and say that I was great at it. I was not used to wearing liquid foundation. My go-to was always MAC Studio Fix. You know, ladies, the compact with the mirror and the little sponge. That's what I would use as far as my face was concerned. So when it was time to get married and my stylist and I were doing makeup trial appointment, I remember feeling like, I don't like how this looks. I don't know if I like how this feels on my face because I was not accustomed to it. But, it was something that I could adjust to. But when it came to the eyeshadow, I had a specific vision in mind. And I did not necessarily want to incorporate my wedding colors, which were black, white, and ocean blue. And maybe some hints of silver. I did not want to incorporate blue into my eyeshadow, although blue is my favorite color. It wasn't exactly the look that I was going for. So I ended up asking my stylist, would it be too much for me to ask to do my eyeshadow and then I will turn it over to you to do my foundation? I'm not that great at applying it. And she said, no, this is your day. This is your wedding. This is your makeup. You should like what you see. And I remember feeling so relieved when she said that because I honestly thought that I would be difficult for asking for what I needed and asking for what I wanted on our wedding day. Isn't it a shame that sometimes we can develop ideas, opinions, and narratives around people who simply ask for what they need or they're very clear about what they want? I think it's sad because for a long time, I would not ask for what I needed. And sometimes I would not ask for what I wanted because I was so fearful of looking like a difficult person for speaking up and saying, no, actually, I don't want ABC. I want XYZ. But on the contrary, you're not a difficult person if you ask for what you need. You're actually easier to work with when you're very specific about what it is that you need, your vision, and the things that you want. Hairstylists, isn't it easier when your clients come to you and tell you specifically, okay, this is the hairstyle that I want, this is what I'm envisioning, and how much will it cost? Versus someone who comes and sits in your chair and you can tell that perhaps they don't like the style that you're doing, but they don't say anything. And so now they're uncomfortable and you're a little bit uncomfortable too because you're wondering, okay, once I get done with their head, are they going to go to Yelp and give me a scathing review? Although they never once spoke up and said to me, actually, I don't want that. I would like this instead. So it's important for us to ask for what we need and to be very clear, especially when we're working with someone else. Another example, a few years back, my mom had ordered some food and the restaurant shall remain nameless because the issue has already been resolved. But that particular night, they were not on their A game. She said that the quality of the food was so bad that particular night that she wrote a letter to corporate expressing her complaint. Not bashing, the restaurant as a whole, but just saying, hey, like tonight, y'all dropped the ball. And maybe the following week, my brother had went to visit her and she had bags and bags and bags of food from this particular restaurant. And he was curious, like, did you order all this food? Like, is there somebody else coming over for dinner? What's going on? And she said, no, the last time I was not pleased with my experience, my dining experience. So they gave me all of this food after I wrote a letter to corporate. She was very specific and said, you know, these are the complaints that I had. I'm not bashing you as a restaurant, but I have a certain expectation of y'all. And tonight, unfortunately, y'all did not meet it, or on that particular date. And so they made up for it. So never be afraid to write a letter to corporate if you need to. Yeah. Earlier I said that we can develop ideas, opinions, and narratives about people. Sometimes we peg people as difficult. We peg them as nitpicky, or sometimes we might even give them the title of doing the most, whatever you want to call it, when they simply ask for what they need. And they will not allow someone to basically tell them what they're going to get, instead of like, no, actually, this is a collaborative effort. So let me tell you what I want. Let me ask for what I need, and then we can go from there. So I feel like I've been guilty of that as well, especially when I was younger and I was learning the importance of being assertive versus being aggressive in the way that I communicate to people, and even in the way that I interpret how people are communicating with me. Because people can get a bad rep for being assertive, and then they're mislabeled as being aggressive. They're mislabeled as being difficult. They're mislabeled as being like these evil people because they had the courage and the skill to say to you, no, 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 you're not going to do that to me because I asked you for this. So you're not going to give me something that does not line up with what I've asked for. Please and thank you. So I'm definitely learning, like even as an adult, to table these ideas of, well, if I ask for what I need, if I tell them what I want, will they look at me differently? Will they think that I'm being funny? Will they think that I'm being petty? Especially if it's a service that I'm paying for. I might as well get what I'm asking for, right? I think so. And the same goes for you. Whether it's something that you're paying for or it's something that's for free, if you have the option of having an option, you might as well go for the option that you want. And you might as well ask for what you need. Don't be afraid to effectively communicate. I would like to see this. It makes it so much easier on you as well as the people that you're working with to get that vision that you're seeing in your mind, to help that, come to pass and come to fruition. For those of us who are believers, Matthew 7:7 gives us a clear outline of effective prayer. Actually, I want to read Matthew 7:8 from the New Living Translation. It says, "Keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. Everyone who seeks finds. And to everyone who knocks, the door will be opened." So even in your prayer time, be specific with what it is that you want God to do for you. If you want him to deliver you from destructive thought patterns, say that. If you want God to help you keep your mind on him and to check you when you're getting off track, like you're starting to go towards worry, you're starting to go towards doubt, practicing thought stopping and saying, no, wait. Okay, God, I asked you to help me with this. So let me stop and pray right now because I noticed that I'm drifting away from faith and I'm starting to just be like, free falling into doubt, anxiety, despair, depression, whatever the issue may be. Be very specific though, because while God knows our thoughts from afar off and he knows them before we even think them, the great part about God and the great part about prayer is that he wants to have an open dialogue with us and he wants to hear exactly what it is that we're seeking him for. There's nothing wrong with asking for what you need, whether that be in prayer or even in your relationships with other people, whether it be your spouse, your parents, your children, for those of us who are parents, as well as business partners. Ask for what you need. And I promise you that while that skill might be difficult when you're first starting to practice it, the payout is so much greater than that period of adjustment and discomfort that you might have when you first start. So that's all that I wanted to discuss for today's topic. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a like. Definitely subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll never miss a future post. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.